if your dog barks at every sound, movement, or distraction, it's probably not because they're being bad or stubborn. In this video, I'm going to explain why dogs bark at everything and what's actually going on in their brain that most owners completely miss. Hey, I'm Lorna, and for a long time, I honestly thought my dog was just a problem barker. Every noise, every passerby, every little thing. And no matter what I tried, more exercise, more corrections, more random training tips, nothing really worked. I was frustrated, I was embarrassed, and if I'm being honest, I started dreading walks and having people over. What finally changed things wasn't more control, it was understanding. Barking wasn't the real problem, it was communication. And once I understood why dogs bark, everything shifted. Now I help owners work through barking without yelling, punishment, or guesswork. And I want to walk you through that same shift. All right, so now that you know barking isn't random or bad behavior, let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. By the end of this video, you'll understand why dogs bark at everything. And more importantly, what your dog is trying to tell you when they do. We're going to keep this simple because barking always has a reason, even when it feels nonstop. So let's start with the most important mindset shift. Part 1. Barking is communication. First things first. Barking isn't bad behavior. It's communication. Think of it like talking, but with the volume turned way up. Dogs don't bark because they're being naughty. They bark because something inside them says, hey, this matters. You might be thinking, yeah, but my dog barks at things that don't matter at all. A leaf, a random sound. Someone who walks past your house every single day. Here's the key. What doesn't matter to you might matter a lot to your dog. Barking can mean something changed. I'm not sure about this. Okay, that's I'm excited. I'm overwhelmed. Or, hey, I need help right now. And this is the part most people miss. Dogs don't bark in a vacuum. Barking always starts with emotion first, not logic. Part 2. Why it turns into everything. Now let's talk about why it spreads. Most dogs don't start out barking at everything. They usually start barking at one thing. Maybe it was the door, or noises outside, or other dogs, or being left alone. But over time, that barking expands. Why? Because barking is relieving. It's self-rewarding. And a lot of the time, it's reinforced without anyone realizing it. Here's a simple example. Your dog hears a noise. They bark. The noise stops. From your dog's point of view, that feels like, okay, that worked. And you might be thinking, but I didn't do anything. Exactly. The environment did the reinforcing. Then there's the human side. You hear barking and say things like, it's okay. No. Quiet. What is it? To us, that feels reasonable. To your dog, that's engagement. So now barking doesn't just make the scary thing go away. It also brings you into the moment. And that's how one trigger quietly turns into 10. Part 3. The emotional loop. This is where things really start to click. Barking isn't just a reaction. It's part of an emotional loop. Emotion, bark, relief, repeat. And the more often that loop runs, the faster it starts. That's why you might notice your dog barking quicker, louder, with less warning. That's not defiance, that's practice. You might be wondering, so should I just stop the barking right away? Here's the counterintuitive truth. Trying to shut barking down without changing the emotion almost always makes things worse. Why? Because the emotion has nowhere to go. A dog who's excited, frustrated, bored, or anxious doesn't calm down because you say quiet. They calm down when their nervous system learns. There's a better option. Part 4, the big mistake. This is where most loving dog owners get stuck. They focus on the sound, not the state. So they shush. They are correct. They distract. They manage the environment endlessly. And here's the hard truth. If the barking keeps happening, the dog is still rehearsing that emotional loop. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means no one ever showed the dog what calm actually feels like in those moments. Dogs don't default to calm because they're told to. They default to calm because they've practiced it. Part 5. Reframing. Calm. So if barking is communication and emotion is what drives it, then calm isn't silence. Calm is a choice your dog learns how to make. And when dogs are shown what to do before barking explodes in a way that feels safe and clear, something really interesting happens. The barking starts to fade on its own, not because it's been shut down, but because it's no longer needed. Pay off. So now you know why dogs bark at everything. It's not stubbornness, it's not dominance, and it's definitely not nothing. It's communication layered on top of emotion and habit. And once you see that, everything changes. Your reactions soften, your timing improves, and calm finally has room to grow. CTA. If this helped you see your dog a little differently, subscribe for more videos like this, where we break down behavior in a way that actually works. And in the next video, I'll show you why saying no often makes barking worse, and what to do instead.